So I'm stoked now. We this is my favorite part of the show. This is where we get to like actually get into what's going on here, and we've drank some amazing stuff, but never have got into gin yet. So you are our first bloodshed here of gin, so I'm pretty stoked on that.
Exciting.
Yeah, man. So and like I said, you told me more about gin than I've ever heard in my whole life today, and I want to know why and how and why this is the unicorn, buddy.
Well, we're going to start with the silver, and we'll work on to the unicorn.
Right. Yeah, well, of course. So if you go the unicorn backwards, that's kind of a waste, right?
yeah, anticlimactic.
Yeah.
But
I guess we could dare to be different, but
the silver is life-changing in of itself. So we've got two expressions in front of you.
Okay.
The close.
And by expressions, you mean flavors, right?
Two flavors. Two flavors.
I like how every brand, it's so cool. Every brand and every person that comes on has a different way of saying. This is like some people say varietal, some people say this is a different red, or this is a different, and it's always the same shit. I'm like, you mean the different bottle, right?
Well, in this,
but I love it because it's all like the fancy words. It reminds me of sizzling when I worked at Fridays.
You
have to sizzle the product.
Well, this is what? This is the fancy way of expressing ourselves.
See? I know there's a backbone to it. There's always.
So it's the same wheat base as Kettle One vodka.
Really?
Same distiller, same distillery, just made into a gin. But in doing that, we dilute it down a little less. It ends up at a 95.2 proof spirit. So
not that is exact or anything.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. The TTB doesn't look at these things. And we focus on non-traditional gin botanicals. Like I was saying, most gins have those over junipered kind of piney notes. On the Nolet Silver, we focus on peaches, raspberries, and rose petals. So
I get a lot of the rose, but the peaches, I'm guessing the rest comes as we put it in our mouth.
For sure.
It goes.
The rose comes right on the nose immediately as you smell it.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm at the Rose Gardens at Coachella.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, my eyes. I'm not chewing my face, so it's a little weird. That was a bad joke. I apologize.
So let's taste it. If this is my tongue, which I'm not going to stick out at you, you might not invite me back. You get a little heat on the tip. That's the proof. I get some stone fruit mid-palate. You get that peach. I get some tartness and some sweetness from the raspberries on the back. All comes together on the exhale. Nice long finish. Again, I'm stealing some wine words.
Right.
But for a gin, it's an incredible finish that runs for a good 30, 45 seconds.
And this is like room temp.
Yes.
No ice. No,
straight from my car.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Straight from the heat of Orange County is this gin. Now, that's fantastic, man. I didn't think... I've never... of course, I've drank in Nolets several times, but never have I drank it in a light to see the essence of it. And I definitely get fruit.
Yeah.
Whole lot more fruit than I would imagine out of a liquor, especially at what 92.22 something. A
little higher. 95.2.
I was close.
And with that though, it really shows itself well in cocktails. No bartender at your bar will say that people come up and ask for room temperature shots of gin. If they do, there's hotlines for people like that.
Right.
But gin shows itself in cocktails, and as a backbone with the fresh fruits and the fresh florals. Most cocktails with gin have fruits or herbs or different botanicals inside of it. It's an incredible backbone. Yeah,
well, and more the backbone, dude. I mean, this is just a drink. Like, why put something in it?
No, it's beautiful.
I mean, that's my hard time with this. I mean, these are beautiful things. Like, I don't usually drink even bourbon and stuff. I like old fashions because they mellow out bourbon. They are a kick in the face, and this is a very not kick in the face sort of booze. This is very smooth.
At 95.2, indeed.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it'll be a kick in my ass when I'm done with it, but it's not like I don't feel like I'm drinking something that's firewater.
No, correct.
No. Right.
And with a gin, not a lot of people can say that because a lot of gins do taste like firewater or pretty hot for people who aren't used to drinking this spirit.
So the cool thing is, I didn't even know you guys were associated with Kettle One. I had no idea. Is that okay to say? We're good?
Please,
we're not going to get like, evil messages or anything?
No, the same names on the side of the Nolets bottle are on the back of the Kettle bottle. 11 generations of excellence.
I didn't even know that about Kettle One. That's awesome, man. Yeah. So this is, you're saying that the base spirit is the same.
It's a 100% ultra wheat spirit.
Okay.
It comes from the same wheat base.
Right on.
Yeah.
See, wealth of knowledge going on today, right?
Now you're powerful.
Yeah. So, and I'm guessing these are all these elements. Do they come from the distillation process? Are you adding fruits? Is this a booze that naturally evolves into these flavors? Like, I know that sometimes that just happens. Like, out of wine, people are like, oh, I taste, blah, blah, but it has nothing to do with what got put into it.
I appreciate that question, Chef.
Yeah.
So most gins are distilled in a vapor distillation, where they'll take a lot of dried botanicals, put them in a basket, let them steep, and that's how gin is flavored. As steam rises, it hits the basket with botanicals, it falls down, and you've got flavored vodka, or gin, essentially. With the Nolets, using peaches, raspberries, and rose petals, we had to change the distillation process. You can't cook a peach, a raspberry, or a rose at the same time, temperature, or frequency.
Not at all.
As you can any dried botanicals.
Right.
So with the Nolets, we individually macerate and distill each botanical. We'll do a run with the peaches, set it aside, the roses, the dried botanicals, raspberries, and then everything gets blended together afterwards. It's treated more like a scotch would be traditionally, blending different agents without...
Right. Like peated scotch. So you don't just throw that in the mash, right? I mean, there's
Indeed.
a process in order to get that smoke in without it screwing up the liquor completely. So that's what I can taste that, especially by seeing the color. I know that we're not adding fresh fruit or, I mean, there's no additive is what it looks like to me. So it's all essence of oils and...
Correct. And with that, there is some color, and a lot of gins will take that out. But the Nolet family is really proud of what they use inside of the bottle and the relationships they have with the different farmers and growers and the botanicals that they source. So they want to keep everything as it should be consumed.
And so is this like vodka? I always read it's like 7 times distilled, 4 times distilled. To me, I just think they're taking out something nasty, but I don't really know anything about it. That's just what it sounds like from a chef standpoint. If I have to cook something 6 times, it's probably because I fucked it up the first 2.
There's a lot of
so I don't know. Something's like, I distilled it 12 times. I'm like, why wasn't it right the first time?
There's a lot of marketing with some of that stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know anything about it, but that would be my uneducated guess on my end. Is that?
Yeah, nothing needs to be distilled thousands of times or tens of thousands of times. And when you look at a copy on bottles, a lot of people kind of hang their hat on some of that stuff. And if something's distilled properly, it's distilled properly.
Yeah, that's so I'm not wrong.
No, you were right.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, because I mean, this tastes great, but I'm guessing you didn't put this through a distiller 900 times or 7 times or 8 or whatever. Right?
Unnecessary.
Right. So you're getting flavor off the first run. Once you know what you're doing, you make a good booze.
Correct. And then you blend it all together afterwards, individually macerated and distilled.
Right.
Yep.
Well, rad. I think this is delicious, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested in what the difference between this and the unicorn is.
So much.
Right. Well. So just like start over with what goes on with this next bottle, because a lot of people are never going to try this. You're saying it retails in the up towards the higher 3-digit numbers.
Correct. It typically is on shelves for about $700.
Nice.
It's a highly allocated item.
Right.
We make roughly 475 bottles a year, not cases. It's made with a grade A saffron and lemon verbena.
Wow.
And as you know, as a chef, saffron is the most expensive botanical out there. It costs more than gold per ounce.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So the justification of the cost of this one lies within the botanicals.
Right.
We do 1 run a year.
I'm gonna start using botanicals now. I haven't heard that word for like 5 years, and you said it so much now. It's embedded in my brain. I'm gonna start sizzling things with botanicals. I love it. That's a good one.
Sounds mysterious, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's very
I like it.
mysterious.
It's very yeah. It has an old edge to it that's nice.
Yeah.
Kind of like you,
Botanicals.
chef.
Yeah.
An old edge that's nice.
Like you.
Holy shit! I never heard that one. That's like somebody said one day, "Oh, you can cook at a fancy place." I'm like, "Don't say that out loud." My grandma will roll over in her grave, dude. I was the stinky farty kid. What are you talking about?
I'm still edgy.
Yeah, I dig it. I did it. So saffron, really?
Yep.
That's crazy. So, and I know that is super sensitive herb. You can't just like put that in anything, or the flavor doesn't come out. And usually, it changes the color of all.
Correct. And let's
Right.
take a look at it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So if you were to take that white little plate in front of you and put this in front of it, you'd see that there's a golden hue to the Nolet Reserve. And that's
for
from
sure.
the saffron. And again, just like the silver, nothing that's distilled inside of the gin is taken out. The family's really proud of where they get their botanicals.
Yeah, no. So it's still the rose petals.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's a different
See,
run.
I'm wrong.
It's got the same ultra wheat spirit base.
Right.
It's diluted down less. This is a 104.6 proof spirit.
Holy cow.
wow.
So if we want, we can set it on fire. Let's not do that.
Let's
though.
not do that. Let's not do that.
But let's give it a nose instead. And a taste.
That's pretty wild. I'll tell you, what's crazy is every time I use saffron, it turns everything bright. So the fact that you got only this much color out of it and that much flavor means that there's something I don't know about going on.
It means it's being distilled in a very particular way. And when the Nolet family learned how to distill gin, that's where they learned how to vapor distill and hydro distill and cold distill and heat distill. So there's a lot of different processes that are involved with the different botanicals. But for 104.6 proof, this is about as soft and gentle as it gets.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's like getting hit with a big soft pillow.
Yeah, this is
like,
incredible.
Really, right? You're like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
But it's this giant thing coming out. It's like,
And it's still,
yeah, like, wow, that's awfully sweet.
and it's got an incredible finish. It goes for a good 45 seconds, 60 seconds, sometimes 75.
I've heard that before about you.
Oh,
Yeah, just kidding, dude. You feed me a couple of shots, now it's all over. That's wild, man. I've never tried anything like that. And I would say that if you didn't tell somebody this was in a gin family, their brain would not go to gin.
No, I wouldn't see that at all.
and as we were discussing off air, I almost wish it wasn't classified as a gin. I mean,
Right.
the TTB has to make
What is
classifications for
TTB?
people.
Just for everybody to know, like, what's TTB?
It's Big Brother.
Is that? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, bastards.
But we need classifications
Right.
as people, but it's so unique and so different from what you think of when you think of gin that I almost wish it was a category unto itself.
Yeah, it should just have its own name. Like, why not, right? I mean, that doesn't everything else. I mean, aperitifs do that. Everything else does that. Is that a different TTB or a different whatever?
I think you should come up with something, Chef. Let's put our heads together.
Because this is super unique. I mean, this is definitely not, anything that I take off the wall right now that's gin is not going to be in this ballpark.
No,
even as the silver, really.
Thank you. And again, we almost feel like it's a different category. And gin's changed a lot. I mean, if you close your eyes and think of gin growing up, a lot of people have a very similar kind of idea.
Yeah, I almost threw up right when you
Juniper.
said that. That was I right away went there. It's no good.
But with kind of these new fruits and florals and different botanicals that people use in gin, the whole game's changing. And things like Nolets are coming to the forefront. It's a lot of fun for us as not just people selling it and working with it, but also as consumers kind of seeing this Renaissance that's in front of us.
Renaissance.
Oh, I like that
Wow.
one. That's a good one.
Today is a plethora of good words.
I'm gonna
I love
brand that
this,
one.
dude.
How's that?
You should. You should. You can put it on the back of the microphones.
There you go.
I know a guy.
I don't want to take away from a Wreckless fork. I mean, that's gorgeous.
Hey, I'm in, dude. These are stoked. Tony got these hooked up. I was like, man, this is a good deal you got going on.
It's next level, Chef.
I know.
Good stuff.
That's what he is. Next level. That's your new nickname. The Next Level. That's your WWF name, dude. Welcome to the room, The Next Level.
NLT.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, man. But this isn't. So if somebody wanted to get this, though, just asking. I mean, it's not like at Bevmo, right? I mean, there's only 40 some bottles, or
There might be a couple of Bevmos that have them.
Right.
Again, we do roughly 475 bottles a year.
that's like nothing.
Some
though.
years we've done
Crazy.
more, some years we've done less. Last year we had a push and we acquired a little more saffron than we did in years previous. But I would Google it. There's a lot of information on it. You can find it locally, but it's not everywhere. Indeed, it's not everywhere. But the places that it is tend to sell out pretty quickly because there's not a lot of it to find.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, the allocated things to me are so cool, and it's not because I think that people are being rare. I know there's some boozes out there that I've tried. I won't mention any names, like Pappy, but that I've tried, and I'm like, this is not phenomenal amongst other things on the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yes, unique, yes, whatever. But what sets you apart is that it's hard to get. Rather, this is actually flavor profile sets itself apart, and that it's allocated means that's why it is that way.
And the flavors
So-
are hard to get. We can't just head to the market and buy a bunch of grade A saffron tomorrow either. It's a costly endeavor.
Yeah, we're in the wrong country for that.
Indeed. Indeed we are.
There's boatloads of saffron, dickloads of saffron coming in.
It's a back of the house term.
Yeah, sorry, it had to be done. Is not like something that happens over here, right? I mean, even I don't even stock saffron as a normal herb, not because I don't like it. I love it. It's just people either don't get it or the clientele doesn't understand it, and then when you use it, everything's orange.
Yeah, and it's expensive.
And it's expensive to sit around, especially if you're not going to use it actively, for sure. What do you think? Are you a fan now?
Oh, I'm a fan.
So talking wine qualities.
Yeah, it definitely. I could see you pairing some stuff with this. Oh yeah, some dishes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's done. We're going to Florida, Disney.
Yeah.
It's on. See, we're calling Pam right after the show.
All right. Well,
we're like buddies now.
I
We're
need
connecting dots all across the country.
I need to get on that deal too.
See?
Florida. I've
We'll
never
get that
been.
worked out.
So
I appreciate it. Anything else you want to add over there?
No, sir. Thank you for your time, Chef.
Oh, dude, I thank you. I really do feel like this is a treat to taste this. Sometimes people come on and I'm like, that was good. This is great, man. This is really awesome. And thank you for taking your time out. I know you're running around the world and country or however big you want to make that story. I appreciate it. But thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
And Dena, thank you for your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
Anybody that's in
Absolutely.
town, go have a few glasses of Vino Nostra.
Yeah.
I promise it won't suck. It's good. It's a bomb place. I might be hanging in the corner. Just leave me alone or tap me on the shoulder and give me more wine.
Call me if you need a wingman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Wreckless Podcast going down.